Well, 51 years ago, basically, the Salvation Army and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America came together and decided to turn a lot of the Salvation Army community centers into Boys and Girls Clubs. And so that's how we became to be a part of this whole process. So we're officially, all of our club units are officially Boys and Girls Clubs, but they fall under the Salvation Army umbrella.
The Salvation Army is all about Christianity, and we're not ashamed of it. We promote it and offer it to anyone who will listen.
And part of the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club makes them grow in other ways, spiritually, participating in the club, helping the other kids.
Well, I think they provide a safe haven, a home away from home, some structure in their lives.
We serve over 3,000 children, kids in the greater metropolitan Houston area.
The parents know where the kids are. They know they're being monitored, encouraged to study, do their homework, plus have some fun and get to know each other.
Our goal in our clubs is to help these kids academically as much as we possibly can, but we're also striving to make leaders out of these kids.
Our job is to keep your options open. You know, the more mistakes we all make, the narrower your options become.
It gives them a degree of confidence that you can see as the children grow.
When I first started here, it was like people told me, oh, these kids don't go to college. And I go, what?
For a lot of kids, college wasn't even discussed at home.
Many of the kids will tell you, college was never mentioned in my home.
It wasn't something they were thinking about, and there were just certain questions that were keeping them from ever considering it.
A lot of these kids have to go and work, they have to go and find other scholarship dollars, and because they're in homes that can't help them pay for their education.
And most of these parents are having a hard time just making ends meet, keeping their kids in school, and they're very dependent on a scholarship program to be able to advance their children.
A lot of the parents of these kids hadn't gone to college, hadn't even thought about the prospects of college. And then you've got some in their community, when you have somebody that's interested in putting forth the effort to go to college, they kind of look bad at them.
The community where I grew up was so negative. So very seldom do you see positive things or positive people. And it's so rare that someone who doesn't know a thing about you, right? Doesn't know your family, isn't a part of your family, could care so much about you and want so much for you.
And unfortunately, we've had a couple of that have backed out because of the pressure coming in a negative way.
And that meant so much to me, almost to the point to where it's kind of like it's hard to believe it at first, because you're like, are you serious? Are you really?
And so the whole mindset, you know, has totally changed.
The scholarship fund and being a part of the process helps them to see that I can do this too.
Wow, I'm good enough for all these judges to think that I can go to college, and they gave me money for it. I'm like,
Okay, you actually can do this. Like, we are telling you you can do this, and whatever help you need, we can get you that help.
there must be something right about me.
It's not overwhelming. It's not something that's beyond my reach. This is very much in my reach, and there's all these people here that are going to help me do it.
I look at this as a prevention program. You know, we have Harbor Light, we have Sally's House, we have the recovery centers. We're trying to help people get their lives back together. It'd be so much better if we, through this program, that we could put that out of business.
It gave me a little more trust in the people of society, because even though they didn't know me, all they knew was, you know, what I looked like in the little 5-minute speech that I gave. They still found it in their hearts to donate, and even blind donations before the Youth of the Year program, before they even met the participants. That comes really from really deep down in the heart. You must really care.
Everybody deserves a chance to be successful.
We're helping prepare them and make sure when they get to college that they're ready, that they don't get there and drown in all the changes and everything.
Let's turn things around, or just get things to a better level so that you can go to the schools you want to go to.
That's one thing we're really focused on, is making sure that they're not only there but also successful.
And also, did we mention at the very end of this, we're going to give you some money too? Like, that was perfect for a lot of people.
And we want them to always remember that at the forefront, that, you know, anything is possible through Christ.
I definitely saw some mentor-mentee relationships that if you saw those two people like eating at a restaurant, you would wonder what could they possibly have in common.
The Youth of the Year program prepared me because being more aware of who I was and how far I came, I was able to overcome obstacles that I faced in college more easily.
These kids do go on and succeed.
I saw a lot of people go that probably wouldn't have gone otherwise.
I had big dreams. I had a vision. I didn't know how it would come forth, you know, with my empty pockets, but I knew some kind of way it would come to pass.
My degree is a double bachelor's of administration in management and marketing.
The Wolf Center for Entrepreneurship at the University of Houston was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
10 plus years later, I call her Professor Overshawn. So here's Professor Overshawn.
I met Warren Buffett. That was a lot of fun.
What's really neat is participants that have won scholarship dollars come back to the club and the kids can see them.
And when you get out, pick up the phone, call somebody, and say, okay, now I'm done. How can I give back with my time, effort, and of course one day with your own money when you're able to do so. So they've provided a way for you, now you have to provide a way for somebody else.